He's been sued again and again, accused of using excessive force and costing his city a lot of money.
Citizens in one New Mexico community want to know why that police officer is still on the force. News 13's Gabrielle Burkhart shows you why people are asking that question in tonight's special assignment.
The amount of complaints are certainly concerning to all of us involved.
It certainly raises some red flags.
It's officers like him that give you guys a bad name, honestly.
Virginia Valdez is talking about this man, Española Police Sergeant Greg Esparza. Video from June 2016 shows another Española police officer pulling over Valdez in a van he suspects might be stolen and possibly involved in a shoplifting call at Walmart.
Turn away from me and put your hands above your head and walk back. Walk back, stop right there. Stop right there.
Valdez complies with commands until this point.
Go ahead and get on your knees, ma'am. I'm telling you to right now. I don't give a Get on your knees.
I can't.
That's when Esparza shows up and takes matters into his own hands. Does that look like excessive force to you?
It certainly raises some red flags.
Steve Allen is policy director for the American Civil Liberties Union in Albuquerque.
There needs to be systems of accountability in place to make sure that when instances like this come up, they're appropriately reviewed.
At the time, Valdez says she was trying to tell the first officer she was disabled and has a dislocated knee, which is why she couldn't get on her knees.
Okay, but when you're told to do something, ma'am.
I couldn't.
Okay, go ahead and roll over. Okay.
I can't lean on that knee.
You can't lean on this knee, ma'am?
No.
Okay.
She just left Walmart and says she had no idea why officers were pulling her over. Her van wasn't stolen and she wasn't the one shoplifting. The officer claims the man they were looking for was seen in her van earlier.
I understand that, but the way that other guy treated me was totally uncalled for.
Valdez filed a tort claim notice threatening to sue for the way Esparza handled her and won a $25,000 settlement. It turns out she's not the only one who's complained about Esparza's actions with Española PD. Court records show he's named in at least 7 use-of-force lawsuits or tort claims over the past 6 years. According to one lawsuit, Esparza tased an unarmed paraplegic man at close range in a Sonic parking lot. Esparza claimed the man was resisting, but there's no police video of the scuffle. Another complaint claims Esparza tased an unarmed 71-year-old retired teacher in his own yard for not keeping his distance as medics tried to save the man's son from an overdose. A lawsuit says police handcuffed and arrested the husband and wife while their son lay dying inside. Charges against the couple were dismissed and they won a $650,000 settlement. We requested police video, but again, none exists. A few months later, another man filed a civil rights lawsuit against Esparza, saying he wrongfully arrested and physically assaulted him after a traffic accident. In that case, Esparza handcuffed the driver, who was rear-ended. The man claims Esparza saw a penknife on his keys and said, "Now it's assault with a deadly weapon." He says Esparza then grabbed his hand so hard he broke bones. He sued and won a $125,000 settlement. There's no video of that encounter either.
There's two city police over here.
In 2015, a concerned witness called state police saying an Española officer was tasing and dragging a man in handcuffs.
If you've got a complaint about how the officer dealt with it, you're going to have to start with that agency.
My God, they're going to kill people here.
The man allegedly being assaulted also sued. Esparza reported tasing him 3 times, but the man's lawsuit points out the taser's computer chip shows it was discharged 6 times in less than 60 seconds. Once again, there's no video. In fact, there's no video in most cases where Esparza is accused of using excessive force.
It's an issue that we're handling and we're changing.
Newly elected Mayor Javier Sanchez says officers are equipped with body cameras for a reason.
We want to make sure that we have that transparency. Like it or not, we live in a world where everything is being recorded. And that's great because it keeps us to a higher standard.
In 2015, Española Police started requiring officers to record video when answering calls for service. Before that, officers say they could decide if they wanted to hit record or not. 2 years ago, Española Police contracted a private investigator to conduct an internal investigation into Greg Esparza. But due to a lack of video in his use of force cases, the investigator found most of the claims were not sustained, since there was not enough evidence to prove or disprove the allegations, a line he repeated. The investigator also wrote, "There appears to be a trend of escalation from a minor incident to disorderly conduct by the suspects as Officer Esparza verbally interacts with them."
Clearly, de-escalation will be a focus of this administration.
Mayor Sanchez vows to bring about change.
I pledge my loyalty to the citizens of Española.
Starting with the appointment of a new police chief.
Unfortunately, nationwide, we're not seen in a very good spotlight. I want to evolve from that. I want to change that.
Luis Carlos, a retired cop from Santa Fe PD, was sworn in 2 weeks ago.
There needs to be great supervision. You need a great police chief, you need great management from the sergeant level on up.
According to records obtained from the city of Española, it has paid out more than $800,000 in settlements for complaints involving Esparza.
What does that say to you?
It says that we have not had the strong sense of management that I was just talking about.
Part of the mayor's plan includes more training for officers and more accountability. In Valdez's case,
I said, no, I can't.
You said no, you're not, and then
No,
you went like this.
No, I did not say no, I'm not. I said I can't.
the video speaks for itself.
I can't!
And seems to contradict Esparza's account. And even though she wasn't driving a stolen car or shoplifting, both officers ended up citing Valdez for failing to obey and resisting or obstructing an officer.
Get on the floor, but understand that's the way it's going to be set at this point, okay?
That costly takedown would end with a sarcastic exchange.
Thanks for the body slam.
All right, ma'am.
You have a good day.
You too.
Several people told us off camera they are afraid to speak out publicly because they fear retaliation, especially since Esparza is still a sergeant on the force. Should this officer still be on the force?
That's what I'm looking into right now. I'm not here to throw anybody under the bus. I'm here to try and assess what needs to happen.
On special assignment, Gabrielle Burkhart, KRQE News 13.
Española Police would not tell us if Esparza has ever been disciplined for any of these cases. We reached out to Esparza himself, but never heard back. The most recent complaint filed against him was just last month. To read more about these cases, just head to always on KRQE.com.